do it. What I'm saying, honey, is this. Like, I'm trying to get along to do, walking home, everything's cool, laughing, having a good time. And he's like, do you still think you can beat me up? And I'm like, yeah, ha ha ha, sure, I can still beat you up. And, huh? Oh, man, Dave, man, Slab City News. Remember, I told you, Slab City News was on when I was coming home. And he said, we're picking on people, and he said, do you still think you can beat me up for some shit? I don't know, like somebody asked me about it. I was like, yeah, of course, man. I can still beat you up. We did that. And then went on about it. And telling everybody, I'm a jujitsu this and that, and, shit he did 20 years ago. And I'm like, man, it's funny because I did radio 20 years ago. I got paid probably, six or $700,000 to be on the radio for that amount of time. And when he did jujitsu, when he was cage fighting, he made a $20 Hooters gift certificate. That's what he got paid. Because the rest of his career, he just got paid nothing. It's what it says on the career page. So, I feel like I was right about that. And he knew I was right about that. It was not something we need to talk about anymore. We had already kind of had fun with it. He was here. He didn't want to fight, and then we talked about it. He wanted 15,000. I'm like, okay, you don't really want to do this, so okay, we'll let it go. You fought 20 years ago. I'm engaging with you now. I was on the radio 20 years ago, so you're doing fine engaging with me at my craft. What makes you think I can't engage with your craft? By the way, your craft started on the streets. That's where the fighting takes place. On the streets. You're discrediting my upbringing by thinking that I can't fight. It's just silly. So I chirped back. I had to. I don't know. Is he live too? I didn't know he was live. I didn't even want to go live. Like I said, I was just coming home. I didn't want to go live. And you looking at somebody else's live? Are they live? Voodoo's live. Yeah, this is professional. Again, we've reached the pinnacle once more. Because you're watching Voodoo Ninja and it's distracting me. I know you like Voodoo Ninja, and I know he's one of your favorites. You're kind of breaking my heart in a little bit of a way because I'm live now. That's me. I'm live, and you're watching Voodoo Ninja, and it's hurting my feelings a lot. You know what? I remember because how I am. I'm the guy who's not Voodoo Ninja anymore. Yeah, accidents happen. Accidents happen. They happen. I've seen one. Everything else is on purpose. Sorry. We're goofing on Dog Lips. Dog Lips. He had said something about he needs to take all the dog hair he's got and make a fucking dog hair vest out of it. And I was like, oh my god, dude, that's his new name, Dog Hair Vest. And it became a thing for a little while, Dog Hair Vest. And it was funny. Okay, yeah, we were all picking on one other guy, not me. All of a sudden, then he turns around on me. I'm like trying to get home to be supportive of the community so I can fucking come on when he goes off, and he starts to want to argue with me. I have to stop every time I got to type. I'm like, dude, what are we doing here, man? I'm trying to get home to do the thing you said. Why don't you go live? So I was like, all right, I'll do it. Trying to be cool. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I had no plans of doing that. But yeah, I'll do that. We had a long day here. But yeah, sure. And then motherfucker wants to get into it about fighting me, man. You're not big enough to fight me. Kiddo, it's okay. Just keep making your fucking juvenile jokes and having fun. You can't fight me. You know that. Why you didn't stop by here? It's cool, dude. Some of my man strength. Motherfucker, I've been hauling big ass 200-pound chimney pipes up roofs, 2-story roofs with no fucking, if you fall, you die, for 15 years after my radio career. Dude, old man strength is this. I'm a tank, homeboy. And I got a gas tank. I'm not just some fucking one punch wonder. Told you, come on over here. We can just jujitsu and roll around if you want to roll around, little feller. But I'm a giant man compared to you. My son's even bigger. And yeah, I can beat my son on the ground too. And you know, that ain't his specialty. But get hit with that. He's 6'4", 250, man. That's 6'3", 245, whatever, around that area. It changes because sometimes he don't wear shoes. Man, dude, you know how that shit's gonna really go. Don't go there again. We had some other funny shit going on. We have to go in this direction again. It won't be a fight because you really ain't gonna fight. Oh, my fucking pants fell off. They did. I took my belt off. Right? It's fine. I'm not. They can't. It's below the line. Plus, I've got shorts on underneath. But that happened. I'm losing weight, honey. I'm getting, getting svelte again. I'm almost down to 220. Better watch yourself. Better watch yourself. I'm telling you, bro. I'll give you another 5-year-old in a minute. As far as attacking my children and shit, man, that's classy of you. You have nobody to attack because you're a loner, and I don't fucking, all I can do is like call out the truth on you, and so that's what I do. I go straight to the truth. Nobody likes that truth shit for whatever reason. They like the fake, made up shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do anything to my son. He's, gonna marry Brandon and butt fuck him or whatever. And you'll just give him up for adoption like you did your daughter. But I had to go there because homeboy, like, why are you going after my kids, right? Like, say, just keep it simple, stupid. Didn't need to go all the way here. You're not gonna fight me. You've already made it clear. Nobody's gonna pay $15,000 to see us two fight. You're not gonna fight me. And you said earlier in your video that you don't even like fighting. I mean, I know why kids like you end up getting taught how to fight. I lived in poor neighborhoods and I saw all the time. The kids that got beat up all the time, you'd see them end up in karate class or jujitsu class, or you know what I mean? The ones that couldn't fucking figure out how to fight for themselves, they always ended up in a class. Teach them how to do it, right? Parents are sick of seeing them coming home all beat up. I know, man, I know where you're from. I know what part of the world you're from. I read your reviews when you tried to join 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. The other fucking real artists in there were giving you hell based on your thuggery, your bullshit out and fucking threatening families, kind of the same, MO as what you got on here. So, yeah, that's what you got, dog. That's what you up to, man. Speak your language, dog. That's what you got going on, though. You know that, right? That's what you got going on. Thuggery. That's why they didn't want you in 10th Planet. That, that whole other side of you is like you were, Dog Lip said was fucking obviously stupid, wrong. But Scrapping Dude uses that word all the time, and you promote Scrapping Dude. What's up, Rick? Thank you. Thank you, Rick Sanchez. Speaking truth. Rick Sanchez just spoke of just 2 pounds worth of truth right there. Quite literally 2 pounds worth of truth. Well, I mean, it would, and I'm not, here to like, this isn't what it's about. Look, man, he ain't gonna never fight me. Everybody knows he'll never fight me. He's funny though. Motherfucker's entertaining. Like I've been turning on people lately, and I'll listen for a little bit, and then if it just gets dull, I'm like whatever. I bolt. It don't get like that with Evan Stream, man. The guy's gotten good at what he does, and hey, man, you are learning from the best. I gotta say, I gotta say it. Learn from the best, homie. Just like if you and me had, if you'd have come by here and we'd have rolled a few times, I could have learned from you. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. This is fucking broadcast jujitsu, right? And I'm showing you my moves, and you're picking them up, and you're loving it. You're loving it. But you won't give me a chance to pick up on your moves. I want to pick up your moves. I want to see what you got. You don't like my hips. You don't like my hips. You don't think I can throw that roundhouse? Mang. Get in line, homeboy. I'm a red-headed, freckle-faced boy who wore glasses and dunked on motherfuckers. Get in line, homeboy. Get in line. Keep on being that dude. I love it. You know I love this shit. You know I love this shit. Give me some goddamn red panties, honey. It's about to be our night. Mm. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Honey, it's about to be red panty night. You know what that means, right? We're gonna tear the town. There's gonna be about 11 or 12 screenshots of your red panties because of me throwing you in the air like John Travolta. Like John Travolta, in fucking Staying Alive, the movie. Yeah, I'm gonna throw you up in the air when we dancing and shit. I'll be like, take a picture of that shit. Kiddo wants to scrap. He can't scrap. When I show you these little things, they're just there to fucking fuck with you, man. They're there to fuck with you. Ain't. He was talking about the technical way to fucking cut up, to switch from orthodox to southpaw, and I'm like, man, that shit comes natural to me. It's like baseball to me. It's just because I hit both ways, so I can automatically switch. I don't have to fucking put myself in an angle, and I don't have to think that through. I can skip that thinking step because it's natural to me. So what he don't understand is what he had to learn comes natural to me. Yeah, bro. Natural, man. I know it's hard to understand. It's hard to figure out, man, because it didn't come natural to you. But I didn't need all that work. All that work, just like guitar lessons. 3 months, I was like, I got it. I know what I need to do because this is all I'm going to do with it. I ain't going to be a fucking superstar. I know what I want to do with it. Karate, 6 months, I got it. I know what I want to do. Boxing, 3 months, I got it. I know what I want to do. It didn't take long because I'm an athlete, man. You grow up poor, you have to be an athlete. Or a convincing gay person who can get a sugar daddy, right? You got to be an athlete, convincing gay person, get a sugar daddy, or scholarship. But get a scholarship. So, you end up calling me out again. How many times have we talked about having this thing happen? When he was in town, he wanted to make dinner and have him come over, and we could either jujitsu or not. It didn't matter. And he didn't want to do that because he was talking about this thing tonight, honey. I want you to understand. He's going to do a big interview. He's got a big interview coming up, and it's about raising false flags, right? It's not only about that, but part of it will be. False flags comes from pirates raising fake flags to pretend that they're on your side, and then you get robbed, right? But did he not do a false flag on us when he pretended he wanted to buy me glasses and then get close to us, call me every day, talk to you, talk to me, talk to your mom? You know what I mean? Like call me 5 times a week, pretend to be my friend, and then take his channel down for 3 months and then come back using Ambergate as his first fucking video back. Right or wrong? So who's holding who? Who's holding who here, honey? And by the way, Dave, you know better than to fucking come at me with some of this shit. All you're doing is making yourself look like. Here's the deal, bro. Thank you, Rick, and thank you for the $10. Oh, that's Rick again. Thank you, Rick. Rick's dropping some pounds. But look, man, here's the deal. You knew coming in that that it would be noticed. Uh, fuck was I talking about, man? Rick interrupted me, and now my mind has gone into a completely different direction, and it's funny. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? All right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know what I was talking about? What's the chat say that I was talking about? Whatever it was, you know what I meant. That's what I meant. So that. Yeah, that's all right. Look, man. He's never gonna fight me. He's risen the price to actually do it. We all know that. This was all fun for him tonight. He had a good show going. He didn't need to go in on it with me. This didn't need to continue on. I mean, we could if we want to continue on, whatever. That's fine. I'm in shape to do that. But what I can drop a link and bring people up and let y'all talk it out. Thing is, man, like to see people think that he could actually beat me in a fight makes me like well, I just laugh on the inside and on the outside because it reminds me when I, used to play basketball and shit. People never thought I could do what I could do. So people have always didn't think that I can do what I can do, and that's fine. That's how I made shit happen, man. Think about it, dude. Like all the dumb shit I've done in my life and the great shit I've done in my life, I've done on my own. I just made shit happen. Thank you, Rick. And that's how I got on the radio. That's how that whole thing happened. Like I made that happen. So, man, much like the way you got that Hooters gift certificate, you made that happen. You fucking trained for 6 weeks, worked really hard on your jujitsu and your arm bars, and you got that guy in an arm bar. You got him to verbal tap, and then you got that fucking Hooters gift certificate. I saw it. I saw it. I seen it. It was I think it was a $20 Hooters gift certificate. The last place you're gonna see Evan, but still, he knows. You can go up to any meth addict in Slab City and be like, "Yo, homie, here's a $20 gift certificate to Hooters or whatever you got there, some weed or whatever." Rick Sanchez says, "We love you, Amber. 10 more pounds." Rick Sanchez is dropping pounds tonight, homeboy. He is losing all the weight. He's dropping all the fucking weight. Damn. Yes, they can hear you. I just think it's about the thing that you're all talking about at the time. If Rick's talking about us at the time, it might not make you laugh as much. But if he's talking about Sam or another thing, kind of how that works. I think that's probably. Thank you, Rick. You make me laugh. We have a lot of funny and smart people in here, but not a whole lot. Like, there's enough funny and smart people in here to keep this thing going. There are a lot of dumb motherfuckers in this community, and you know who the fuck you are. Dumb motherfuckers. You're up in here. Man, I ain't naming names, but I've been on streams lately where I'm like, who in the fuck are these motherfuckers? And you know what? I feel bad for them. I feel bad for the way. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna suck a dick right here. I hate saying this. It's the worst thing. I don't mean it like this. Like I don't mean it mean. Look, I get mad at myself for the first thing that I think when I see Jose Sanders on a video. I get mad at myself for thinking the first thing that I always think. Because I'm always, like, for what, man? For what, man? Like, almost like his parents take him on vacation and he runs out of the hotel and goes down to the corner store and pretends he's camping out in the fucking woods over there because he could be his parents if he wanted to. And he looked to me, come on, y'all, we're not dealing with an adult here. Okay. So every time I look at him, I think automatically I'm just like, this is some kid playing games with real adults in the real community. And so all of this is just bullshit. And, it's a character. It's a character. Go back home at any minute. And I see him all beat up and shit. And I'm like, for what though? Trying to understand the other night on his own stream, like, man, what is it that's, you don't have to be out here. Some kind of yearning for him to be out there. Something going on deep with his relationship with his parents and shit like that that needs to be explored. Not what we're watching. What we're watching to me is a failure of society happening right in front of our face. Like this kid has he has better options and he's not taking them. And it just makes you wonder, like, what? Right, and a lot of people aren't cut out to do the 9 to 5, man. A lot of people think, that's not their deal, and this is going to be their way out. Maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe this he thinks is going to explode into some kind of big, huge thing, and maybe it will. Who knows, man? There's over 1 billion users on YouTube. Who knows what people will get into in the future? Who knows? So I don't know us to say where this shit will go. Fucking sour look in this community alone. In the last week, somebody showed their full-on genitalia. I mean, it can get crazy. This is real life shit we're doing. For the most part, people got it, and they're like, just go live. Live brings people in. Live, you come and go. You can jump in when you want to. You can jump out. Still invite people in case you want to come up. Most people don't want to come up with me. I understand that. That's not the big deal. I know, honey. Oh man, I'm doing what I do. I'm setting it up the way I want to set it up, and she's like, oh, I think I mean, come on. I do what I do, that's the way I do it. I say it the way I say it, and then they respond. I love you too, man. We had a long day, and we're both sunburned as fuck. And, it's time for one of us to go to bed, and the other one right behind. I know who they both are. When I was coming home, I didn't want to go live, but because of fucking Evan having to drag this into something I needed to respond to, and I mean, that was another thing. You flip like the beginning of your video, or earlier on in the video, you said, I don't like fights. I get scared around fights. I seize up, or whatever. And man, like I'm not like that at all. You know what I mean? Like that ain't me at all. I don't. There's no hesitation in me at all. I'm a buster from the get go, man. Like I don't like to get hit first either. So I ain't gonna wait. Homeboy, look. The thing is, here's what I've done in life. I got out of high school, I went on the radio, and I got catered to for about eight good years. There were some hard, stressful years in there too, but for the most part, catered to for 8 good years. Came back from that shit and thought I was going to start my own thing on a podcast situation in 2002, and my best friend fell out of that partnership. He wanted to go back into printing, and I had to we weren't going to be making any money off Gate. So I was like, all right, no biggie. I thought I would come up with something else, man. I'll come up with something else. Well, that was 2002. Here we are. Ta-da. I didn't come up with anything else. So, where am I going with that? Help me out. You were there. You were just there where I just was. What was I talking about? Why do I do this so much? Fuckers. see it. Some bullshit about, oh, that I was taking care of it. And then for the next, from 2003 on till now, so for 17 years, I've had to work my ass off. All of a sudden, I went from being like coddled to, you just push buttons and talk, to having to work my nuts off, man. You carry a fucking chimney flue former up 2 stories up a fucking ladder and then up a steep roof, a former, to the chimney, climb up the fucking step ladder and drop it, and then unroll that bitch, spring it with all the springs it needs, fucking not attached to the damn old chimney, pump it up and fucking pump it, and you see a whole new life. All right, it's a lot harder work. You're trying to survive every day. You're making good money, but you're trying to survive every day. And then I started doing it for ourselves. 5.5. So we're still doing it. We're just not doing it at the rate we used to. So, but yeah, man, like old man strength. Homeboy, I got all that covered. Don't worry about all that shit, man. I'm fucking solid everywhere. I really am. I've seen it around. Amber will tell you, man, I am still in pretty damn good shape. I got some Corona fucking extra Corona shit going on for show. For show. It's gonna get dropped off though. Look, homie, I got it right here. I'm taking it where it's gotta go. And I'm gonna drop that shit right off. All right. Dropping that shit right off. I'll be back down to 204, 205. I'll be flirting around with 200 again very soon. And you wouldn't like me at 185. I'd be way too fast for you. I'd be bigger and faster, and that's a damn fucking, that's a death sentence. You know that. Do not fucking get in the ring with me like that. Come on. The only catch way you can fight me at is like 170. The only way I could do that is to be a fucking meth head for a month instead of fucking train. So, dude, I'm on another planet. I'm on the planet of the giants. Stay down there where you are. Be comfy. Stay comfy, man. You're fucking funny. I am not lying when I tell you I think Evan is one of the funniest motherfuckers in this community. Big Nick Digger, Evan, real, actual funny people. Fucking hilarious. Even when they're talking about me, fucking hilarious. I'm not bullshitting. I ain't trying to kiss up at nobody. I don't even, I can do whatever. But, man, real knows real, and they're both fucking hilarious. So I get down with the comedy part of it, man. And you were on the night. It was funny ass shit. But, on a real level, and for real, you know where I live, you know where I am. You're on a trip, you can come by. I mean, I swear to God, I do not want to kill you. I don't want to kill you. I don't not love you as a brother. I think you're a brother. And I think you're fucking funny. I think your channel's worth having on our community. Why would I want to hurt that? But man, I'll show you enough to show you that I ain't fucking around. And then you'll be like, oh, okay. I get it. I know. Maybe you'll show me and I'll be like, oh, well, I know. I get it. But we can't do that till we meet face to face. So, man, fuck all the 15 grand. Fuck all the bullshit. If you want to bring a bodyguard or something, you can do that. That's fine me, man. I'm not trying to like beat you up on site. We can just fucking chill. You'll be able to figure it out with hanging out for a little bit. What's up? And then we go about our ways. Here's the thing, man. In the future, you and I, Digger, maybe Talon, we might have an opportunity to do something that we could make money on. Why not if we started fucking calling these goddamn lower ended ones that everybody could see UFC fights, like the prelims that you can see on ESPN, just to give ourselves some practice or whatever and just have fun together. We would all be hanging out watching it on our own ESPN, and then we'd have it, synchronized timing wise, and then we're all on live. So we'll be doing the double interaction. We'll be interacting with everybody live, and we'll be fucking talking about the fights. Evan will have insight on the jiu-jitsu stuff. I can do the play-by-play type shit if needed, or Digger probably could, or Tally probably could. depending on who wants to that night. And in reality, I don't, if we're just hanging out talking, nobody's really going to be saying this happened, that happened, as far as more like we'll just have reactions. Because if you're interested, you'll just watch it on your ESPN and turn down your volume and listen to us. Just hear our reactions. And that's really the basis of that thing, man. And it's a cool deal because I've heard some good radio come out of that. And hanging out with my son, watching these fights, we've had some good interactions where I'm like, this shit belongs on a podcast because our opinions are, these are unique opinions. Some of the things we've said together have come up in the news later on, a week or two later, like bullshit with, nobody gives a fuck in this fucking community, but this bullshit with Gilbert Burns getting the title shot at the welterweight division already is fucking bullshit. He's fighting against a teammate. This is just a chance for Gilbert Burns to get a shot. Usman's going to win, and they've probably already talked about it. They didn't want to pay Jorge Masvidal what he wanted, and Jorge wants enough money that if he goes in there and doesn't win the belt, that he's going to be all right. Jorge's been doing this for 16 years, and nobody wants to see Gilbert Burns versus fucking Kamaru Usman. Nobody does, not really. Not really. I didn't think Gilbert Burns looked that great against Tyron Woodley. I just think Tyron Woodley looked like shit. Facts. Nate Diaz is chirping. We could be talking about this stuff, and we're good at it because we know enough about it. And we're actually funny enough to carry on a conversation that you don't even have to be necessarily a fan of the UFC or MMA to follow along with what we're talking about and actually get it. It's a variety of people who have fought with each other online, yeah, but in the end, we saw each other's strengths and said, hey, man, let's try to work with that. I tried that with, I kicked it. Shit out of that fire truck. I tried merging, with Cal Sherpa and see if we could do something, man. But, being on two different coasts, it became very difficult to arrange that. And then he kind of got out of it. But this would be something I think that we can try to do. And even if we're not that good at it, I think we'll get support from this community just to have a chat room up while the fight's on, while we're talking shit about the fight. I just think it's something that would be, we got a slow community right now. Not a lot of people are acting. There's not a lot going on anymore. Sam quitting or getting shut down was a big deal. It kind of stopped the crazy stuff, daily crazy stuff. Ginger taking a couple of minutes off. Jennifer, Jezzy's still doing what she does, but you've been on vacation. Slab City News. I'm just watching when I watch and deciding what's worth it, what's worth talking about. For real, honestly, nothing's been bigger than the movement. And we had kids in our neighborhood go down to the Rock at the middle school, paint it for Black Lives Matter, and then some dudes in a pickup truck came by while they were painting it and ran them off and painted over it in this neighborhood. I'll show you this. So they went back the next day. It was on the neighborhood app that we got, like next door, and they did it again. And this is what right now the Rock in our neighborhood looks like. And I'm proud of that because I didn't know we had a lot of that in this neighborhood, a lot of pride like that. Most people in this neighborhood stick to themselves, but to see a few people come together. Anyway, now there's like this infighting going on next door, the next door app. You got the people who were like don't want it up on the Rock in this neighborhood, and people who were like leave it up in this neighborhood. fighting with each other on the Nextdoor app. So, and that's some cool fucking drama. And this is something I'd love to be able to bring that drama to a video and like maybe blur about names or whatever. But it's so funny, their drama, like what they're bitching about for the most part. This is kind of serious, obviously, because of what it means. But in the end, nobody's here hurting anyone. The worst thing that, like, I think the other day, somebody stole a tag off a car. Somebody broke into a car. I think breaking into a car is probably the worst thing that we get on the Nextdoor app. But this painting the rock thing has taken over the Nextdoor app, and it's become like a controversy. And I can go down, just a little ways from here, and I can see the rock at night. And I could keep an eye on it and make sure nobody fucks with it. Could do that. I could be the guy who does that. I'm not saying that's what I'm doing, but I could. So anyway, with Evan and with Kaz and with Sherpa, Zane Green, if there's anything in between us that needs to be worked out, I'm offering that. Let's get that worked out because I feel like we could all help each other, work together. Doesn't take much to do something. Tally, definitely Big Nick Digger. We don't all have to be together at the same time on the same podcast or the same broadcast or whatever, but it would be all right if we stopped fucking, if I can see a video and be like, everything Zane Green did there was awesome. Somebody else can say the same thing, then it's not even worth making a video about sometimes, because people don't react to everything Zane Green did in that 5-minute video was awesome. That's not what people do. He made a 5-minute video where he caught two fish with a fucking like a little trash, but it was like, juice bottle. He caught some fish, and I'm like, I don't even how they got in there. That's cool, whatever he did. He's out here living in this thing, and he's not the kind of hobo, to me, that the more recent guy we're talking about was for that period of time. Like at Zane's lowest point, he wasn't trying to hurt the people. He wasn't trying to hurt the people watching at all. He never, in my mind, I never saw him assault anybody on a live stream or show himself off to somebody or hurt anybody on a live stream. And he showed a lot of his life during that time. But, I know a little bit about what that's like when you show off what your life is like. People are going to feed you what they think. Thank you again, Ray. People are going to do that. And if you choose to engage in each conversation, undercooked eggs don't matter. True. God almighty, that's true. It looked like I was in the middle of mixing scrambled eggs, like 6 scrambled eggs, and I stopped, and it was kind of still gooey with a couple lumps, and then like somebody dropped a fucking little hot dog wiener out of a can, one of them little wieners out of a can into my omelet. Just looked like that. And you can't ever forget that. That's like ingrained in your mind. I may get a tattoo of it. I haven't thought through yet, like where I'm going to get it at. I don't want to get it where somebody will ever see it. But just so that I don't lose that thought. In case like one day Sam's like, Man, I didn't really do that. I can just pull my pants down and go, what the fuck is this? Eh, joke. A little bit of a long walk, but it's a joke. But no, I see now where maybe we can do like a weekly show that I think would be fucking great because there still be the animosity in the air. Like Evan and I will have talked some kind of shit about each other, maybe me and Tally, some kind of shit about each other. And then we're watching a fight together and then the shit starts coming out. I think that it will always be there, you know, particularly until we actually meet each other and like, okay, you're that kind of person. I get you now. I think you got to meet somebody. I do. Um, with that said, dude, I'm always, no, you can't do this, guy. Man, my fight teacher's long gone. I don't got no fight teacher. I just have to fight on my own based on my own instincts. I'll rely on them and we'll get them done. You get your fight teachers with you. Have them analyze me and figure out how to beat me. What's that secret? What's that secret? You know, Craig knows that secret. Craig, if you're watching, tell Evan the secret to beating me. You know it's not the press conference. Tell him what's up, though. You know the secret. You gotta watch that fucking left hand. Watch it.